morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ariella. I make videos about medical school and my life as a second-year medical student. Subscribe down below if you're interested in following me along through my journey in medicine. If you guys are not new here, you may have noticed I have a new desk set up. So I'm gonna give you a little tour because I finally have a desk here and I don't have to work at the kitchen table, which is amazing. I can kind of keep everything in the same space and not have to worry about moving everything around all the time, which is extremely good for my personal productivity preferences. Of course, when I have outside spaces available to me, like the library and things, then I don't mind moving my stuff around as much, but I really like this setup because it's very mobile. So if I wanted to, once places start to open up again, I could modify this to be able to work with that. And I ended up giving my old desk, the white one, to my brother who needed a desk at home this year. So I ended up getting a new one. It's a sit-to-stand desk once again. This time it's electric, which is kind of cool. And yeah, so I guess we can just do a tour. Currently, I'm just using one of the kitchen tables or kitchen chairs to study, but I did order a rolling chair that's gonna be coming in tomorrow. So hopefully I'll actually have like an actual office chair. So I kind of keep most of my schoolwork stuff on this side. So we've got my regular laptop on a stand. Underneath the stand, I have these books that I got unbound and put into a spiral binding, so Pathoma and First Aid. I just tuck those under there. There's a dongle back there that both charges my Mac and also has the HDMI to connect it to this monitor. I have one of those MagSafe chargers plugged into my laptop so that I can just keep my phone right here, or again, like kind of tuck it behind so that I'm not looking at it. Right now, my iPad is here, but if I want to, I can also store it over on that side. This monitor is actually an extra monitor that my fiance had. I actually use it for gaming, and this whole setup is both connected to my laptop and to my actual, not desktop, just my gaming computer. And then I have just some Logitech speakers back here plugged into my gaming computer so that I have some kind of audio output. I have this Logitech mechanical keyboard. I love it. And this is plugged into my gaming computer, as well as this Logitech gaming mouse. We have coffee because it's morning. This is a Logitech Bluetooth mouse that my fiance is letting me borrow so that I can use it with my Mac computer. So that way I just don't have to keep unplugging and replugging in the wired gaming mouse. Headphones, why not? You know what this is for. And then last but not least, this was actually a hand-me-down. So this is the Bluetooth Apple keyboard. Somebody didn't need it anymore, so we picked it up. I've got my Blue Yeti microphone back here that I use for streaming with one of those like pop filter, that's what it's called, so that your S's and T's don't sound so aggressive right into the microphone. And again, this is plugged into my gaming computer. And then last but not least, I just have some bins with pens, pencils, highlighters, etc. Anyway, yeah, this is my whole desk overview. I'm a huge fan. It's significantly larger than my old desk, so I have a lot more room to play around with the different things on the desk surface. Like, I'm really excited that I can keep my gaming stuff and my school stuff kind of in one place. I also forgot, I got this Logitech webcam. That's a 1080p webcam to put on the monitor for streaming. And then I also plug it into my computer if I'm sitting at my desk and I need a webcam. And then you can also see my gaming PC down there. Clearly, the cable management is not the best, but this is kind of a temporary setup, so we're just gonna work with it. Okay, so there are definitely a couple things that I need to do today. Actually, first thing I need to do is watch this lecture, which is up on my screen right now. This is a lecture on headaches in the primary care setting, and I have a primary care lab later this afternoon that's kind of like a clinical case discussion on headaches, so that's why I'm watching this in order to prepare. After that, I need to finish up the lectures from Friday. I have about 1.5 of them to finish. Then I need to work on my Anki cards and my USMLE questions like I normally do. And then after that, I can get started on what we're today's lectures, as well as working on a paper that I have to write for our ethics course. So it's definitely gonna be a short paper. It's due tomorrow at noon, and I need 2 references. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research and like kind of finding eligible references for that. So that's kind of the plan today. I'm gonna take you along. Hopefully this is a good vlog. Wish me luck, because that to-do list is definitely not a friendly one.
You think when I say thunderclap headache? Let's get a little chat going here. It's not good, and probably I'm talking about an aneurysm. I'm probably talking about a subarachnoid hemorrhage, right? So even though these new headaches are primary and the thunderclap, there are versions that are benign. But
all right, so that lecture is done. I'm gonna go ahead and check it off of last week's to-do list / checklist thing that I've been creating. Okay, so now really quickly, before I decided I'm gonna do my essay first, so that way I can just get it out of the way. I tend to be a lot less productive at night, and so I know if I leave it until tonight, I'll be like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna write the essay, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and organize a sheet like I just showed you for this upcoming week. So that way I can have a checklist of all the lectures that I need to watch. And I definitely have left some like OMM lectures and things unwatched from previous weeks, just because they're not the forefront of my priority right now. So that's why I like to keep the checklist, so that way I don't just forget about the OMM lecture altogether. I can actually go back and watch it later on and then check it off once I've completed it. So I'm gonna do that. I just wrote and submitted that paper. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. We were provided a lot of resources, and just like being part of a medical school makes it really easy to find journal articles and things like that. So I was able to find plenty of references and write that paper relatively quickly, which is awesome. And I actually kind of like how it turned out. So it's about 11:45 now. I have an hour and 15 minutes until my primary care skills case presentation thing starts. So until then, I'm just gonna continue watching the lecture that I didn't finish from Friday. Like I said, I have about 2 hours left. It's 1.5 lectures, but one of those lectures was 2 hours. So I'm gonna watch those and hopefully get done before the primary care skills session starts. And then I will work on my Anki cards, my USMLE questions, and then watching some of the lectures from today, a lot of which are really interesting. We have some lectures on fibromyalgia versus polymyalgia. We have one on pathology of bone disease, some lectures on polymyositis and vasculitis and things like that. So a lot of interesting topics that I'm definitely looking forward to, even though it's a lot of hours of material. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now. Okay guys, I'm literally about to go into my primary care skills session, but look at the snow. It looks much more intense than it actually comes off on camera. I'm excited.
Combinations that you can use, from TCAs to beta blockers to triptan, like the kind of gets a little cumbersome there. So
all right guys, so that session is over. I actually converted my desk to the standing form. Ta-da! And I got some packages in the mail during that session, so I'm gonna open them up. Maybe I'll show you what was inside of them. I talked about a couple of the things that I ordered in my last vlog, and I'm also going to try on some things that I got. You'll see them in a try-on haul later, but I'll just kind of show you a quick overview, and then we'll get back to work. Okay, so first up, I got some food items. So I got a bunch of these cumin seeds. These were the Jamaican curry powders that I was talking about. So there's a spicy one and a regular one. We'll probably use the regular one tonight because we're adding some pepper, but we can do a little bit of this if we need it. And then later on, I'm gonna make shakshuka for breakfast. So I got this harissa chili paste and this Aleppo pepper, crushed pepper. And then here are a couple things that I got. So this is a vest from Amazon. I was going to order a nicer one or try and go to the thrift shop, but honestly, it's just not really in the budget right now. So I figured I would try these out. This one is actually really quite soft. This is just a plain white Hanes t-shirt. I wear these underneath my sweaters often because if the sweater is a little bit too itchy or if my skin's feeling irritated, I find that just a plain cotton tee underneath makes wearing it a little bit more bearable. And then this is another vest, but this one has pockets. So you guys will see that. I'm gonna film a try on haul of collective things that I've gotten recently. By the way, both of these are really soft. So if you are looking into buying them, I don't know how the construction quality of them is, but the fabric is soft and definitely not irritating at all. All right, last but not least is this guy. It's a little coffee mug that has ceramic on the inside. Hold on, I'll open it up and show you. So you can see in there, it's ceramic, which is gonna help maintain the coffee taste and make sure that it doesn't taste kind of like metal. And then the other reason I wanted this is this one is 12 ounces. I have a 10-ounce Yeti, but that one doesn't have a sealing lid and this one does. So whenever I use that one, I kind of run the risk of spilling my coffee, and I definitely have spilled my coffee before. So I got this so that way I could keep the lid on, keep it warmer for longer, and prevent spilling. Okay, so I put everything away. I changed out of my nice outfit because I don't need to be in a nice outfit anymore. I don't have a meeting. So now it's time to do note cards. And also I only got through one of those lectures from Friday. So I want to go through the last one. All right guys, so good morning. It is the next day. I'm still puffy because I just woke up. Yesterday, I ended up getting not bad news, but just disappointing news. And so I got grumpy and I didn't do anything else all night except cook the jollof rice, which I showed you on the video. So I'm hopefully gonna have a really productive day today to make up for it. I'm still only one day of lecture behind, which is actually totally fine. A lot of medical students will wait if they're watching virtual lectures an entire day to start the previous day's lectures and just be consistently one day behind. I feel like this is still a point where I can easily catch up from. So note cards, lectures, and then later this evening I have a dermatology event. So I'm the president of the Dermatology Club, and we're holding an event for students where we're hosting a dermatologist and students can come ask questions, and then the dermatologist is going to share some interesting cases from her career, which is really exciting. So hopefully it's a good Tuesday to make up for me quitting doing work yesterday at 5 p.m. It wasn't C, you said, so the 1 and C. Okay friends, it's just after 12 o'clock and I have finished all 450 of my note cards that were due today. So we are going to move on to my daily 10 USMLE questions. I've really been trying to get these in lately just to gear up for my upcoming board study season, where I'm gonna have to do, 20 up to 40 or 80 of those a day. So I'm just trying to get used to doing a lot of them. It's really hard to manage while I also have to do lecture material because the lecture material is not always necessarily boards relevant. And so it's kind of hard to fit the time in, but I just want to keep doing them. So I'm going to do 10 of those, just to do a couple today, and then I will start watching the lectures from yesterday. Okay friends, really quickly, I paused because I got a package in the mail and I put them on. You guys will see these in my next try-on haul, which I'm going to film this Wednesday, so it'll be the next video. But I ordered these Wonder Unders from Lululemon. They're the Luon fabric in the variegated version. I don't actually know what that means, but I really like them because they kind of give the illusion of like one of those knit tights, and they're quite warm and they feel really nice. So I'm really excited that I got my hands on these. I've been trying not to buy too much Lululemon lately just because she's expensive and I can't really afford it, but I saw these and I really just didn't want to pass them up. So I did size up in these because I read some of the reviews and they said that the waistband tends to fall down, but the leggings are tight. So I figured I would just go with the safe bet since Luon leggings I tend to do more studying and lounging in. So I decided to get them in the size 8 and just deal with the waistband coming down a little bit because I'm gonna be sitting anyway, so it really doesn't matter for these. I'll try and give you a little close up of like what the fabric looks like. It's not actually like super knit. These little lighter areas of stripes do have like kind of a woven fabric, and then the dark black stripes in between. You can see me like shaking because I'm on my toes. The dark black stripes in between are just like the normal Luon material. These feel like they would be super warm and super functional, more so than like a normal Luon legging. So I'm really excited that I picked these up. And yeah, like I said, I got a size 8 just to adjust for the fact that some people were saying they were a little tight, but I wouldn't size up any more than one size because this waistband does feel a little bit on the loose side. Although again, not really a problem for me because I like it to be comfortable. So anything. Yeah, big fan. Okay guys, so it's 1:40. I am finished up with this block now of 10 questions. It took a little bit longer than expected because I had to pause to do some things in between, and then obviously I got those leggings and I showed you that little clip. And I did pretty not great on this one. I think my average score, or my score on this block was a 40% and the average for these questions was a 56. But I mean, it happens, it's bound to happen, and it's not the worst thing in the world. So I don't really have time to be sad about it because I have 4 lectures from yesterday to watch and they're each an hour. So hopefully we can breeze through those pretty quickly and just get a lot of work done before the dermatology meeting tonight, which I am really excited for, but definitely a little bit nervous for because it's my Zoom account running the meeting. And so if there are any technical difficulties, it's kind of my responsibility. And I'm not super familiar with Zoom because we don't use it as our primary learning source in school. So I'm excited still for it and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna watch lecture. The day's going pretty well so far. I've been pretty productive.
First sentence. Voice doesn't cooperate, I apologize. I'm reading one in Philadelphia suburbs. But that's a classical case, classical presentation of Flower Here's what we see to Ghostbusters simple.
So I finished up my lectures, and as you guys know, I use a lot of boards resources when I'm going through the lecture material in order to make sure that I am solidifying what is high yield for boards, and that I get a lot of exposure for it before I actually get to my dedicated studying. I've said this in a bunch of other videos, but I like to rehash it just in case you're new here. What I do when I'm using boards resources is I have the Better Tags edition on Anki, and I have downloaded the Zanki deck. And so the Better Tags allows you to organize the cards based on if they're tagged for like a specific chapter of Pathoma or a specific video in Boards and Beyond. And whenever I go through like a chapter of Pathoma, so I'm in the musculoskeletal pathology right now, and I just watched the 24-minute skeletal system video. So what I do is I go to Zanki and I find that exact tag, the Pathoma musculoskeletal pathology skeletal system tag, and then I just did all like 100 cards that were under that tag to get them out of the way. And then now I'm going to move on to the next video in musculoskeletal pathology, which is bone tumors, and I'll keep doing that until I get through the entire MSK pathology section of Pathoma. Oh my god, I have a huge knot. Where did this come from? Yeah, I hope that's making sense. If you are not a person who uses Zanki, please just ignore me, but I will say that the Better Tags method has allowed me to more efficiently use Zanki along with whatever I'm studying in school, which is really useful. So I'm gonna keep working on this for the rest of the evening until my meeting at 7 o'clock.
A benign tumor of bone, and it arises from a lateral projection of the growth plate.
Okay, honestly, I was going to like maybe show myself setting up the Zoom, but I just completely forgot because I was in such a rush to eat dinner and get on the call and get everything set up, and we were having some technical difficulties, which is so classic, just classic Zoom. But the session ended up being really, really cool. I very much enjoyed it, and it kind of like rekindled my love for dermatology, along with the fact that we're doing dermatology right now, of course. It's just such a fun subject. It was such a fun subject to talk about, even virtually, so it was really great. I have just been setting up the dermatology applications for the executive board because it's getting close to time for us to transition from being the exec board to passing on those duties to the class below us while we prepare for boards. That's coming up soon, so I needed to make an application for that. It's a very simple one, and I'm gonna go take a melatonin now and then just work on one more assignment that is due tomorrow. So I have to do a worksheet for our ethics course. I had to submit my essay by today at noon, and then I have a new worksheet to do for this course. So I'm just gonna do it while I relax a little bit, and hopefully by the time I'm finished with it, or I don't even know if I'm gonna finish, but I'm hoping that I will be sleepy and ready to go. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely let me know down below. Subscribe to stick along with me through my journey through medicine and my upcoming journey through the Step 1 and Level 1 board exams. Leave a like on this video if you want to see more vlogs in the boards prep season, because I feel like this was kind of a little bit of a taste of that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!